Hello, hello, and good morning. How's everybody? We're just getting the stream online, getting it started here. Making sure all the titles are right. Looks good. Looks like we are streaming on all platforms. Awesome. How y'all doing? Welcome to Wednesday. Wednesday's a very special day here on the Subbrief Studios. We had to move this special day over to the Sonar and Steel YouTube channel because it was so popular. Yeah. So we've broken up. Subbrief is our lectures. Those are really good. Sonar and Steel is more about modern naval warfare, war games, and then evaluating those games. That's the big part of it. The war game is one thing. The evaluation of the war game is the key takeaway. That's what you want, right? We do both of those over here on this YouTube channel. But we're going to begin today by just reviewing the events over the last 24 hours. So going back to yesterday morning Eastern time of what's going on with Israel and Iran, because this is continuing at a pace that I've not seen before. I mean, honestly, this is straight up warfare now. They may not have declared war on each other, those two nations, but this is definitely warfare. It's everything but ground combat, apparently. And that's not surprising considering the situation. Neither country has the logistics, it appears anyway, to occupy the other country physically. And Iran likes to use proxies, and we'll get into that a little bit here. And then Israel simply doesn't have the manpower to occupy a country as big as Iran, right? So they've just been attacking each other. That's been going on, I think, for 4 days now. So, but just in the past 24 hours, I got some notes here. I'm just reading for you. Israel involved 150 fighter jets, including F-35Is, the Israeli version, F-16Is, and some F-15s. It says other models were involved as well, but just know that around 50 plus aircraft were involved in the last 24 hours, striking sites. Now, the target list in the last 24 hours is very similar to the one over the last 4 days, but we'll go over them again. The big one that they hit, and I have video of this for you, it's pretty impressive, is they hit the centrifuge production facility north of Tehran. Yeah. And they hit two of those targets. Two centrifuges were targeted and struck by bombs. I'm not 100% sure if they used the deep penetrating bombs that the Americans have, if we unlocked those weapons for them. I don't think the Americans are bombing anybody. I think we're simply providing, this is my opinion, by the way, I don't have any evidence of this. I think we're providing logistic support in terms of air refueling. I think we're refueling a lot of Israeli jets right now. I think that's what's going on. There was some rumors, and it's only rumors, that two B-2 Spirits, those are the big bombers that look like a black wing, were airborne. And the way that rumor began was there was a lot of radio traffic, of course, in the area, as there would be with an operation like this, referring to those units in code. So nobody's sure, but they think that B-2s are in the theater. I think someone on the news reported that they're at Diego Garcia, but I wouldn't trust that at all as any kind of source. I think the news media just makes stuff up at this point. But what was targeted was two centrifuge production and research facilities. One's called Fordo and one's Natanz. Those are also missile production facilities. I'm sorry, there was also missile production and manufacturing facilities hit in the last 24 hours at Kojir, Parchan. The IRGC, that's the Republican Guard headquarters, was bombed, as well as the Ministry of Defense. Some radar sites on the western side of Iran were absolutely destroyed. Those are the long-range fixed aircraft air search radars. And the way the Iran Air Force did work, I don't think they have an Air Force anymore, it seems, is they would use ground control intercept officers, which is a very Soviet era way of operating, where you have, a radar site with an officer, an air control officer, directing air assets onto target. Well, those sites were destroyed. I believe they were hit on the first day, but I guess they hit them again last night because it's here on the target list. Casualties are pretty high. This is alarming. It looks like about 500 people have been killed at these sites because they've also struck some infrastructure. So we're getting through, Israel is getting through the military targets and is now beginning bombing infrastructure. And that's where you're going to get your collateral damage. So I don't know how many of these 500 deaths are civilian, but there's certainly some in there. It's not all military, because now we're striking oil refineries. And I have a map for you that we're going to bring up and show you those in the last 24 hours. So IRGC was hit with drone swarms and bombs. Israeli urban centers were also targeted with 30 to 40 missiles. Most of those were intercepted, but some did get through. I watched that happen live last night. It is so odd to watch modern warfare live on television. It is very, I don't know. It's not comfortable. I know that. It's very weird. I'm not sure if I like it. I just watch it because it's informative and I need to talk about it, but I don't like it. That's for sure. So, let's go over the timeline first. Again, I'll bring you guys up a map in a second. There basically 3 things happened yesterday, if I could just distill it down to 3. One, Iran launched a wave of missiles and some drones into Israel first. And almost all of those were intercepted. That first wave was very good. Because we had, I keep saying we because we're helping, but Israel had units overhead when the first wave was launched. They got the positions of those launchers and immediately went to go dismantle those launchers with 500-pound bombs. And they were very successful at that. They knocked out a lot of launchers yesterday. They also went on to continue to knock out the centrifuge sites that I told you about and the radar sites I told you about. Then the third event, so we have one launch, Israel's response because they're overhead, and then a second launch from Iran of about 30 to 40 missiles and drones. And this is the wave that did have some success, the second wave. I'm not sure why. I could speculate and say that maybe the air defense sites were still in the process of reloading in Israel, or they just didn't have enough missiles maybe. I don't know. The result was a few missiles got through, a few drones got through as well, and hit Israeli cities. It's pretty clear to me that Iran has taken the gloves off with targeting. They're not targeting military targets. They're just targeting neighborhoods, city, urban areas, which is disgusting. At least, as ugly as warfare is, Israel is targeting military sites and then infrastructure sites like those gas refineries that we're about to bring up for you. So there is a little moral imperative, a little moral, they have the moral ground in this war of very low morality. So conflict intensity is very high. Again, I expect more strikes today. And if it happens, we'll talk about it again on the next stream. So summary of the past 24 hours, Israel struck deep into Iran territory. Iran retaliated with missile strikes. Both nations have deployed advanced weapons. Iran is deploying hypersonic weapons, which is relatively new warfare. And neither side is backing down. I remember President Trump put out a tweet on Truth Social about unconditional surrender is required by Iran. They essentially at this point want regime change, it appears. And you can't regime change with a missile strike and bombs. The people of Iran have to do that themselves. Like, even if we put troops on the ground, which would be a terrible idea, don't do that. You can't force a country to become democratic. We learned that in Iraq, Iraq and Afghanistan, also Syria. That new leadership isn't democratic. So, you can't force people to think like we do, but you can certainly kill the current leader. And that's what President Trump tweeted out, which I wish he would stop doing this. He said that we know where the president's bunker is in Iran, and we could go after him if we wanted to. We could kill him if we wanted to. We just haven't. He needs to keep that shit to himself, So also we need to also not do that. Let's not get involved in this. So I'm really concerned about this escalating. I'm sure it's going to continue today. The 2 sites of the centrifuge one was in Tehran that I'm about to show you, and the other one was in Karaj, and just butchering these names at this point. They also hit air defense radars that I told you about. One was at Murad Air Base and Hamadan Air Base. A bunch of missile launchers. Oh, and here's interesting. They actually struck a naval base. I did not know Abadan had a naval base. It must be very small because that's right where the gas and oil refinery is with a lot of waterfront. I'll show it to you in a second. Apparently there is a naval base in that facility somewhere. And so Israel struck a naval base, destroying units, I'm sure. Okay, so let's go ahead and just move my notes out of the way. Let's bring up the map. Where's my map at? And we'll put this on the screen for you. So I've listed off a lot of places for you. Can I zoom in on this? I can. Okay, let's bring this up. All right, that's better. That's better. So if we zoom out a little bit, this is the country of Iran. Over here is Israel. In between, we have Jordan, Syria, Iraq, Kuwait, and Saudi Arabia. It is very likely that Saudi Arabia's airspace was used. But for a lot of these targets, you wouldn't have to. We could go through Jordan, Syria, Iraq. Iraq certainly has to be used. And even avoid Kuwait. They could do, an end around here. So one of the gas refineries that they got, not the most exciting target to talk about, is the Fajr gas refinery all the way down here in the south. They hit so many targets that we're not going to go over each one. I'm just going over some of the infrastructure that they had. And we're going to talk a little bit about gas because I want to clarify something I said last week. I think it got misunderstood because there was some tweets about Crag Island is not the only oil producing, area in Iran. And that's certainly not what I said, but I think that's what was misunderstood. So we're going to talk about some of these other oil refineries right here. This is a big one. That one we got hit. Also South Pars Gas Company, which is adjacent to it. These guys refine the product and also load it onto ships. Those are very, it's just not as active as Crag Island is. And we're going to talk a lot about Crag, also called Kark Island right there. This is the main one. If you hit this island, you're essentially turning off the majority, about 70 to 80% of all oil exports come from this little island right here. And the fact that they haven't taken this out yet, it's a very soft target. They could easily take this out, and they haven't. That tells us a lot. That tells us a lot about the intention, about what Israel has in mind. And this is what I'm talking about, regime change coming up. Here's Abadan. Let's move over to this map. Abadan International Airport, and then if you come over here, I'm not on Google Maps, aren't I? Shoot. Okay. I'm on, I think this is like Bing Maps or something. Oh, no, it says Google Maps. Okay, never mind. It just looks different on this one. So over here we have the International Airport. We also have like waterfront space. Let's see if I can find the actual map. I must have it on a different window. I think I closed it. Son of a gun. Anyway, the point is, they hit at least three different refineries or oil storage facilities, things like that in this area. And they also took credit for destroying an Abadan naval base, which I cannot find, but apparently it's around here. Oh, here it is. Here's the economic zone. Here's the port facilities. This is what was hit. This is the petrochemical company. And this is a huge waterfront area right here. And somewhere in this vicinity is also, I guess a naval base. But like I said, I couldn't find it. So this was destroyed. So that's three pretty good, pretty large oil targets that they hit, but they did not hit Crag Island. And why that's important is right here. Boom. This is, I wish I had this chart last time we were talking about this. These are the oil exports in a graph form of Iran by millions of barrels per day. Okay, and this is measured once a month over the past, 12 months or so. This green line here, this is Crag Island's amount of oil that's loaded onto a ship, refined, processed, loaded onto a ship every day. It is clearly the vast majority, 70 to 80% of the entire oil coming out of Iran is processed by that island. And it could very easily be bombed and destroyed and just totally wrecked. But what Israel's doing is they're hitting these little sites, relatively minor sites. Bandar Mashahir, which we just looked at, Bandar Basir down in the south there. And these are the smaller ones, was that brown looking and the light green looking. You can see how little of the total oil that comes out of Iran being targeted by hitting those sites. If Israel gets serious, if they just want to destroy the economy of Iran, they will bomb Crag Island. And they're not. So that's not their goal. What is their goal? Well, obviously it's regime change. If a new power comes up and say the Shah is returned to Iran, just as an example, they're going to need money. They're going to go through a transition phase. There's going to be a rebellion. There's essentially probably going to be a civil war funded by well, who knows what other countries. I don't want to bring other people into this. Just know that it's going to be a civil war. There's going to be a resistance if the Shah returns to Iran, which may happen. I didn't see that come. That was not on my bingo card, but it may happen. So they're going to need that. They're going to need the product of Craig Island, the money that comes from that, to just rebuild the country. But if they do target Craig Island, then they know that that's not even on the table. They're just trying to simply destroy Iran. And so that's the difference. Whenever I talked about Craig Island being very important, it is. It's the majority of their exports by quite a bit. And it's a very soft target. It could easily be taken out. And Israel has not done that. So we'll see how this goes. If they do bomb Craig Island, that's going to be a pivotal point. And then finally, I want to show you this video. This is from a Twitter channel called Defense Index. I don't know if this is his video or if it's someone else that he retweeted. But this mountain range behind here, this is Tehran, by the way. It's the capital of Iran, looking north. There's a mountain range right there. In that mountain range, there's a nuclear facility in the mountain that has centrifuges, and they are enriching uranium, among other things. And they bombed the bejesus out of this place. This place is now gone. It is on fire. And I want you to pay attention to the smoke. There is no carbon, apparently. This is all going off visual, in this fire. This is not a forest fire. This is not an oil fire. This is white steam. A lot of steam coming out of this mountain. Maybe it's got a lot of water. I don't know. But steam for one, and then chemicals. There's a lot of chemicals in this smoke. And there's no grass, very little grass. It's not visible to see anything that has carbon in it, which would be natural. Oil, grass, trees, it's essentially steam and chemicals. It appears to be coming out of it. I really feel bad for anybody downwind of this smoke, because they're not going to have a good time. So who knows what's going on there? We know that the site has been bombed. That was one of two of the nuclear facilities taken out. And I don't know if this is the one that requires the American bombs. If it is, it's been used, because that's a hit. The smoke gets really out of hand. Oh, it's just looping now. The smoke gets really out of hand. Let's see if I can bring it up here. Can I bring that full screen? Yeah. Well, this doesn't do it justice. The entire mountain range is covered in this white smoke by the end. There's some really interesting photos on X, on Twitter, about this. So anyway, I want to credit Defense Index for that. Oh, there it is. Look at this. That's that same ridgeline. A little while later, a few moments later, you have this. You can't even see the ridgeline. I don't know the distance of the camera, so I can't give you an estimate, but that is a lot of damage. That's a lot of fire. And to burn this long, it almost looks like a volcanic eruption rather than, a fire. It's really intense. So that's kind of what's going on. They're targeting infrastructure, radar sites, military sites. Of course, they did the targeted assassinations. Those continue, by the way. My bingo card is getting pretty damn empty of Iranian leaders. There's not many people left. They got to have some ceremonies and promote some generals, because they're running out. I wonder if that's oh yeah, that's a great photo. So this really gives you an idea of how much this is spread. Yeah, it's pretty wild. Anyway, so that's kind of a recap. So yeah, like I said, gas hits. So they're hitting infrastructure now. They also hit the state news media. They did that during a live telecast. Yeah, that was interesting. So during the evening news, or nightly news, they bombed the shit out of the studio. And that is that. So that kind of gets you up to date. I'm sure these attacks are going to continue. What I'm waiting to see as an American is, are we going to start dropping bombs? I really don't want that to happen. I don't want anything to do with this. But it's clear that at a minimum, we're providing targeting information and refueling services for these planes that are coming out of Israel and have to make the trip back again, because that is a long-ass flight. And apparently they're also loitering overhead. They got to refuel for that. So that's what's going on. Okay, we're going to shift gears now. I'll read a little bit of comments. I'm always afraid to read these comments. You guys may be like, your mic's turned off, something crazy like that. I'm 20 minutes into the stream, and I don't even have any audio. You guys saying good morning, coffee, thanks, Jive. Yeah, that's oh, somebody says if B2s take off, it's bad news for down Richmond site. Yeah. Word on the street is there are B2s in the air, or there were last night. I mean, I don't know where they are right now, obviously. Okay. We're going to shift to the game called Sea Power now. Oh, crap. I meant to show you this. Okay. Real quick. Oh, there we go. These are some of the photos that are coming out of Iran. This is clearly an urban area. So listen, it's not only Iran hitting, cities. I assume this is Tehran. It does not look like the skyline of Tel Aviv, so I'm going to assume it's Tehran. Man, if anybody knows, there's not much to go on here. I was thinking this might be in Israel because the pattern has been to target buildings like this in Israel. And honestly, I can't tell the difference. So we'll just go on. I'm not going to make judgment on that one just yet. But this is definitely Tehran. This was one of the targeted assassinations. Just destroyed the house. And do you know what's crazy is they know what bedroom these guys are sleeping in because this happened in the middle of the night. This looks like, I don't know if this is like a protest or what's going on here, but this is outside one of the buildings that was hit. Can't really see much of the damage. There's a little bit of damage right there, but we have a better photo of that same building. This is one of the oil refineries I told you about. I'm not sure which one. Credit to Avash photo there in the lower left. Okay. Here we go. This is an interesting photo because you can see the mark the freaking drone left on the building as it slammed into it. Yeah. Like they know exactly what room these guys are in. Like I'm sure everybody else in this building had a hell of a wake up, but this is extremely targeted, very, very accurate information Israel had. I believe I'm not sure if this is the other side of that same building that the crowd was in front of. Anyway, this, that's not a drone. That's a fucking bomb did that. That's 500 pounds. PBXN right there. Okay. Flag. What's this? Looks like a religious site. There's one of those towers, whatever you call them. They do the call to prayer from that thing. Yeah. Oh, here it is. This is the building that we saw the crowd in front of. This is like the other angle. And you can see where some of these windows are blown open. These are like glass sliding doors on a track pushed out from the overpressure. Yep. And there's another oil refinery that's clearly on fire and smoking. And notice the difference. I mean, this is black smoke. That's carbon burning. That facility north of Tehran, no carbon, which concerns me. That's probably chemicals. Just judging by the smoke, which probably not a good idea, but that's what I think happened. This, probably a drone strike. That's a lot of damage, though. Yeah, I mean, it blew out windows 4 or 5 flights above the target. Yeah. Where did it hit? It probably hit right there, right? And then, yeah, oh, wow. It blew the entire wall out the other side. So anybody in that condo is yeeted right out to the right. Anyway, so I wanted to show you these pictures. I'm not sure what city this is, so I didn't want to pass judgment on that. But there you go. That's what happened. Okay, let's get to the game. Thank you for everybody for joining me. If you were here just for the Iran-Israel update, that is now over. Let's get into some fun. Let's talk about some fun things. This is for the Sonar and Steel YouTube channel. Thank you for hanging out with me. What's our time mark today? 24 minutes. We yammered on for 24 minutes. I don't know how I got 24 minutes of content out of that. It's probably because I repeat myself a lot. Maybe that's it. So we're going to do a new scenario, not related at all to what we just talked about, but in the same region, called the Gulf. This scenario was created by Scent. Scent has a whole library of custom scenarios now on the Steam Workshop. So I recommend you go over there. You can just search by Scent, C-E-N-T, and you'll see his whole library. It's really good. One of which is called the Gulf. And this is United States versus Iraq in 2000 and something. 2000, it probably tells us a date here. Let's go just load it up and we'll get into it. Looks like there's 7 scientists. Oh, wow. Yeah, I know that they had 6 confirmed deaths. Hey, Renaud, good morning. How are you? All right.
Multiple air. Contacts detected.
Let's hit that. Okay, we're just going to pause this real quick. So what's the date? 1989. We're going all the way back in the Wayback Machine to 1989, where we have things like battleships in the U.S. Navy. They brought these girls back for the first Gulf War. Yeah. Look at that. I got to be honest with you. This is why I chose the scenario today, right here. Okay, so the scenario is Iraq has been misbehaving. They've been launching attacks on oil tankers in the Gulf, as they do, you know. Iraq being Iraq in 1989. That's Saddam Hussein's group up there. And so what we're going to do is we're going to launch some aircraft, and we're going to take out the surface-to-surface launchers that are there, any kind of air defense that they may have, while also trying to protect our SAG that's already way too close without air cover. I get why the scenario creator put them here, because they have to get within gunnery range to do any shore bombardment. But if the New Jersey was ever that close to hostile waters, they would be well defended. So job one, we need to get assets in the air. We do have a carrier, I think. Where's he at? That's not a carrier. What the hell is this? Oh, this is one of those Belknaps. Yeah. That's Mississippi. Yeah. Here we go. There she is. That's my girl. Okay, we're going to be just fine. We got an aircraft carrier. Let's go ahead and queue up a couple aircraft. We're going to need long range air-to-air. We're going to send up two flights. Let's go ahead and unpause. Pause. There it goes. Got that. Get those aircraft up. We do have an airbase here. Probably Riyadh, I imagine, if my geography is right, and it may not be. Don't trust my geography. F-15As with air-to-air. We're going to get a 2-ship up. We're also going to get our big E-3A radar plane. Get that thing in the air. Yeah. A couple of air defense planes. Oh, and check this out. We also have a flight of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of these B-52 bombers, baby.
Track 7003 is classified. Hostile helo.
Hostile helo. All right, speaking of hostile helo, we're going to go to our surface action group that has the Saipan on board. There's a bunch of very angry Marines on this, ready to go break things ashore. So we're going to have them start doing that. Let's go to the flight deck. Let's get a couple of the A-8s off the ground, just for fleet defense. And what do we got here? Okay. And we'll put a couple helicopters in the air as well from the Copeland. There we go. I'm going to set one to ferry, so he has extra fuel instead of weapons. So we'll launch him. And then the Montgomery, which is our ship right here, we're going to have him launch a standard ASW helicopter. I don't expect to run into any kind of submarine resistance, but if we do, I want to have an asset in the air to quickly go deal with that. I'm keeping SAG-45 with our 2 battleships. I'm keeping these guys under MCON conditions, no radar emissions whatsoever, because I don't want Iraq to be forewarned that they are about to be pelted with Volkswagen cars. All right, taking off some aircraft here. Let's go ahead and get our
on station.
Let's get our AWACS up. So the E-2C is the naval version of the E-3, much smaller, but does the same job. We're going to launch a couple. Let's just launch one electronic warfare plane called Magic. Yeah. And then we'll do another 2-ship. Get these guys up in the air here.
On station.
That's our little radar plane getting to the cat. No, we are on YouTube. We're on the Sonar and Steel YouTube channel right now. Sonar and Steel.
On station.
All right, So we got the aircraft overhead. Let's go ahead and manage our aircraft while we're waiting on. As much as I love watching that, we need to do some work here. Gotta get this big boy off the ground. All right, let's manage our flights real fast. Where's is Dakota 1? Which one? Who's Dakota 1? Trying to find my F-15s. Where'd they go? Here they are. Let's get you guys up to a decent altitude.
Roger. Go to altitude 20 0
on, baby climb.
0 0.
Same with you guys.
Roger. Go to altitude 20 0 0 0.
We're gonna get you guys up.
Roger. Go to
10,000.
altitude 10 0 0 0. Roger. Go to altitude 30 0 0.
Where's your wingman at? I don't want to give him any orders until he's in the air.
New ground contact detected.
There he is. All right, we're going to have you leave the formation.
0 0 4 is classified. Hostile SAM site. On station. On station.
Okay, these guys are getting up.
Roger. Turn 0 4 6. New ground contact detected. Track 7 0 0 5 is classified. Hostile radar. Turn to course 0 9.
I'm going to
6.
reposition
Hell
our
my.
battleships until we get proper coverage for them, because they're very vulnerable at the moment. All right, he's loitering. I just want to make sure these guys are actually in the air.
Roger. Go to altitude 3. Roger. Turn 3 2 5.
First thing we're doing is we're turning on our offensive ECM in the general vicinity of the threat. And then we're going to close our fighters. There we go. Yeah.
New ground contact detected.
Let's get our fighters up and over the target.
Roger. Turn 3 2 7. Track 7 0 0 6 is classified. Neutral radar.
All right, we can finally get our large...
Incon, secure all emitters. Radar
What?
eye.
What the fuck? Oh, I hit the wrong button.
Air search on. Radar eye.
I meant to tell them to turn the radar on. They turned it off. Okay, yeah, you too, guys. So we're going to have radar coming at it from different
Roger.
directions.
Go to altitude 3 5. Air search on. Radar eye. New surface contact detected. New air contact detected.
Okay. We probably should get some
New ground
anti-ship
contact detected.
aircraft up, because I think we might be running into that problem right about now.
Track 7 0 0 9 is classified. Hostile radar. Multiple air surface contacts detected. New surface contact detected.
Okay, we're going to get some IDs on these guys. And cult flight. Let me find you. There you are.
Multiple air contacts detected. Multiple surface contacts detected. New surface contact detected.
All right, looks like we're not allowed to strike Crag Island here, which makes sense. They're not part of the
I'm in
scenario.
hot, dropping tanks.
This is a hostile aircraft. I'm basing that off of his speed. Whoa. Holy crap. Pause. He's very close to our fleet. So let's get Spade 1 on this target right here. And I'm surprised at how close he is. This is alarming.
Air search on. Radar eye. Surface transmit active sonar. Sonar eye. New air contact detected. New surface contact detected. Engaging track 7 0 2 0. New surface contact detected. Birds away, track 7020. Engaging track 702. Bandits. Birds away, track 7020. Fox 2.
Wow, even shooting the gun at this guy.
Killed track 7012.
You guys need to be bombing this guy. What the fuck?
Roger. Turn 111. Birds away, track 702.
He's down there.
Killed track
Good hit.
7020. On station. Ceasefire, track.
All right. Well, that was alarming. I'm not sure how he got that close, but I'm glad we saw him before he did any damage.
Roger. Turn 317.
We got another SA-321 coming in. Let's take a look at our flight deck. What are our options here? I need to get a seed flight up.
On station.
We do have a seed loadout here. Let's make sure that we have strike. Yeah. Awesome. I want this to be like a large flight. A6 flight. You need to come up here.
Roger.
What's your altitude?
Turn
35,000.
070.
All right, so we're going to get this guy in position to begin jamming. There it is. All right, so we do have an airbase that's here that's launching aircraft. So where's Cult Flight? There he is. Is that call? Let's pull him back a little bit.
Engage track 70.
We're going to take out these radars.
2. Multiple air.
We also want to put a marker on. Let's put a circle on this position right here. I don't want to get within 20 nautical miles of that SAM site. Wonder if what kind of SAM is it? Do we know?
On station.
Spoon rest radar. Okay. It's Russian. Okay. What do we got here? We got Dakota Flight coming in. Does it say Cupcake Flight? Oh, these poor guys. Their flight's named Cupcake. That's embarrassing.
Roger. Turn 318.
Okay, we got a flight of that coming out. Dakota Flight's here. Awesome. So it's really important we win this engagement. Let's get... are you guys in the air yet? Hurry up. We need to get some more F-15s up. Air-to-air launch. If we lose this air fight, we're in a bad situation, so let's make sure we win this first. And make sure
Fox
he does...
1.
He's Fox 1-ing that incoming MiG. We're going to wait and see the results of this attack before we move on to other things. I'm getting ready to launch some more aircraft off the aircraft carrier, but this missile launch is really important.
Missile launch!
We might end up trading here.
On station. New air. Contact detected.
Yep.
Bandits! New air. Contact detected.
Okay. Crossing over.
Kill track 7002.
All right, they're going to move back to station. That's where we want them. I'm going to have to set these B-52s to loiter because we don't have air superiority yet. I don't want them going overhead of those SAM sites. Where the hell are they? All right. So they want to take out that SAM site there. That makes sense.
On station. Roger. Turn 3.
They got plenty of fuel. They can loiter right there. All right. We got Dakota Flight 1 up. This should be our... What is this? We've got so many flights in the air. I've already lost track of who they are. Oh, it's F-14s. Okay. Let's get you guys up to 20.
Roger. Go to altitude 20. Roger. Turn 3, 2, 1. New
All right. We're going to ask him to identify
Contact
himself.
detected.
If these guys are tankers like I think they are, they'll let us know right away. Spade Flight needs to pull back a little bit. Spade Flight. Good Lord. There it is. Let's get you back to here.
Roger. Turn 155.
So we have some more MiGs coming in on that fleet. I'm
New
going to try and take them out with Dakota 5.
Contact detected.
I have to make this longer so I don't scroll so much. Dakota 5. That was our first flight, I think. Good Lord, where the hell? There it is, Dakota 5.
Multiple air. On station.
I'm just going to lob a Phoenix in the general vicinity of these guys and see if I get lucky.
Fox 3. Fox 3.
All right, so this is our seed flight. Let's get them up to 10,000 feet.
Roger. Go to altitude 1. Roger. Turn 054. New air. Contact detected.
All right, these guys just took off. Let's get them up. 10,000 feet.
Roger. Go to altitude 10. Roger. Turn 0.
So we're going to establish a barrier cap here to
New
the west
air. Contact
of
detected.
our operations area. Oh, shit. That's not good.
On station.
What kind of air defense do we have on this guy?
Engaging track 7039.
These should be very easy pickings. These are helicopters. We're shooting a very long range, but not that reliable missile at a slow-moving target. What are you doing? It says he's orientating himself. Was he out of range? Let me just double-check that. I might have had the range wrong on... No, the range is fine.
Engaging track 703. Birds away. Track
There it goes. Okay.
703.
I didn't see him loading his rail launchers. I was concerned.
Engaging track
So he should be able to
7031.
track 3 targets, engage 3 targets at a time.
Birds away. Track.
Each one of these little radar dishes here is illuminating 1 target for 1 missile.
Track 70. Engage track 7037.
Anyway, how you doing, Angel?
Birds
Admiral
away.
Cupcake.
Track,
I know, right?
track
Who's choosing our flight names today?
7037.
The mess decks? They're like, I think this will be pancake flight, which is what we don't want them to do on recovery. Hey, Vulcan Rider, how's it going, buddy? Good to see you.
Track 7039 is toast. Track
Hey, we get-
7039 is classified. Hostile helo.
Yeah, we're just taking out these helos. Easy pickings. We're just giving, uh-oh.
Multiple air contacts detected. On station.
Dakota
New
Flight 5
air
is going to be
contact
very busy.
detected.
Okay, that Phoenix might have missed. I think it got chaffed.
Track 7031 is toast. Multiple hostile air surface contacts detected. Engaging track 7001.
I'm essentially breaking apart this flight. to go after a heavy lift helicopter. Actually, that Phoenix should take out that heavy lift helicopter.
On station. Engaging track 7028. Engage track 7038.
All right, so we got our electronic. Oh, this is our radar.
Birds
plane.
away. Track 7038.
Who are these guys? Let's move you out here to the coastline. I'm trying to jam them from 3 different bearings. And we'll watch this missile flight here. This is diving down on a helicopter. This helicopter, I mean, if it gets lucky with chaff and flare, it'll avoid it, but it's not going to outmaneuver this weapon. There's no way.
Track 7038
Well,
is toast.
Somebody hit it, but it wasn't this missile.
7038 is classified.
It's right there.
Hostile helo.
Bro, if you don't hit the target, you can't take credit for it, okay? All right, this is a very angry Tomcat going after this MiG that, let's make sure. Oh, it's not going after that MiG.
Cease Fox 1.
Yeah, you need to hit this thing. I need you to Fox 1 like right now, dude.
Ceasefire, track.
Okay, I'm gonna specifically tell you engage with, because he's already within, like, well, not quite. This guy messed up. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. All right, we got to get our other flights up here.
Roger. Turn 311.
Okay, he's there. Coil flight's there. Outstanding. Let's watch this missile hit. Oh, it's tracking good.
Kill track 7001. Roger. RTB.
We're already going Winchester on some of these guys.
Engaging track 7003.
What do we have here?
Birds away, track 7003.
All right, so this Dakota flight 3-2, right? Where are you on my list? There you are.
Roger. Turn 318. Engage track 7028.
So this guy's already RTB because he's down to just sidewinders. Good lord, we're going through our aircraft pretty darn fast already. Just keep feeding them. This is the chainsaw that I was talking about. If you're familiar with this channel at all, you already know what chainsaw is. And that's what we're doing here. We're just chainsawing, pushing their air force back towards Iraq. We're going to get air supremacy over the Gulf here. All right, let's spin up some attack planes.
Fox 1.
Yeah, it's not good.
Track 7003 is toast.
I guess we do want the... I'm trying to decide what loadout to put on. Paveway would definitely do the job, but it would also make them vulnerable. But I'm going to do it anyway. Let's launch a flight of 4 for that. And we're just going to clear out this whole area. There's a ton of air defense, I'm sure, on this map. Look at these
Engage track 7030.
7030 and...
Birds away. Weapon error. No track assigned. Engage track 7008.
There he goes. So we're trying to defend our 2 battleships
track
that they've got some point defense, but that's
Roger,
it. So
RTB.
that's why this is with them. Excuse me. Are you RTBing? You are. This is not good.
Roger. Turn 2, 1,
All right,
6.
where's Dakota Flight 1 at? There they are. All right, you guys are in the chamber. Time to go.
Roger. Turn 2. Roger. Turn 0, 3, 0. Surface search on. Radar eye. On station. Surface search on. Radar eye.
I'm gonna get these
Roger,
guys up
go
to
to
6 and
altitude
10,000 feet
6,
respectively.
0, 0. Roger, go to altitude 1, 0, 0, 0, 0.
Okay.
On station.
So Cupcake Flight. They're out here looking for targets.
Track
They got a bunch
7,
of harpoons
0,
on them.
3, 0 is toast.
We can have them loiter right here. They don't need to get any closer in this. Who's Blue Tail? That's our AWACS. All right, that's a good position for him. Dakota Flight 3 should be Cap. And they need to be up in the air.
Roger,
20,000
go
feet.
to altitude 2, 0, 0, 0, 0.
Okay, I just want to make sure I got the right ones there.
Roger, turn
I'd selected a
on
different
station.
flight than I said, and it threw me for a loop here.
On station.
All right. I got Dakota Flight 1, Dakota Flight 3.
On station.
All right, we have enough assets for air dominance now. Let's go ahead and start firing up those A6s. We need to get some bombs on target. A6E, flight of 4. Instead of a strike, we're going to do, like I said, paveways would be good. What else? What's our other options? Shrike. You know what? There's probably going to be a lot of radars, so let's go with Shrike.
On station.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to launch a seed attack from the carrier as well. Oh, Flight 1's getting close. Fujin 1. That's funny that we're calling it Fujin. That's the new aircraft carrier for China. Also, one of our flights.
On station.
All right, let's start seeding these chuckleheads.
On station.
Oh, what the hell? You guys brought bombs.
On station. Track 7, 0, 1, 0 is classified. Hostile warship.
Okay, I'm confused. Yeah, this is... Oh, Sparrow. Son of a bitch. Well, that's not good. Please. Oh, man. I need you to shoot. Engage now. Salvo of 2 on this guy.
Engaging track 7, 0, 0, 8. Salvo fire. Engaging track 7, 0, 0,
I need to
8.
make sure that guy goes away. He's about to shoot down my Fujin flight. So these guys are going to be good for bombing. And that's about it. So we're going to get them out of the...
Roger. Turn 0, 6, 5.
I just gave orders to somebody I did not intend to.
Roger. Go to altitude
Fujin flight
2,
1.
0, 0, 0, 0.
Where the hell are you? I'm not doing a good job managing my flights today. I don't know what's going on, but I can't seem to find anybody that I'm looking for on the list on the left above my head here. This is Fujin Flight 1. Where the hell are you?
Track 7, 0,
There you are.
0, 8
You,
is
sir,
history.
need to get your ass over here.
1, 8.
Because you have the wrong weapons. Oh, no. Okay, I was looking at the wrong flight. That's why. He's got the right weapons. Let's get you guys up to... you're already at 10,000 feet. That's good. If you didn't follow along there, I had selected Fujin Flight 5 while I was looking at Fujin Flight 1, trying to give orders, and it wasn't working. And that's why it wasn't working. So we're going to start taking out these radars.
Engaging track 7, 0, 0.
We have a target
4.
for Cupcake, so let's get Cupcake involved here. Oh, wow.
On station.
The problem with Cupcake is We need to be over here to attack. So let's grab Cupcake 5 and
Roger.
bring him here.
Turn 3, 3, 2.
How many of these Rim 67s do you have left? You have 70. I want a salvo 2 on this guy.
Engaging track 7, 0, 2, 7. Salvo fire.
All right, he should be salvo firing. There we go. Yeah. We're putting 2 weapons on this guy because we have to be certain we get him. Oh, wow. Why did they launch so many missiles? Holy crap. Trying to zoom in on it here. This is a flight of like 4 anti-radiation
On
missiles.
station.
I meant to shoot 1. It shot up. They shot everything. It might work out to our benefit. It's likely this air defense can see the incoming missile. It might take 1 of them out. So shooting 4 pretty much ensures that we're at least going to get a hit. And it might even be a kill. Yeah, let's watch this one. This is the main radar site here. This is that spoon rest.
Bandits, bandits. Hit track.
Nice.
7, 0, 0, 4.
And this one got hit as well. But it didn't hit the radar dish. We need to hit... So we have the search radar and we have the fire control radar. Which is which? I don't know. That looks like a fire control radar to me. Okay.
On station.
So Fujin Flight 1. They have no more anti-radiation missiles, it appears. Yeah, they fired the whole lot. Idiots.
Roger. Turn 1.
You know what? We're gonna pull this flight home. Just tell them to RTB.
Roger. RTB.
Because we have another flight coming in. I think. Did I not? What do you guys have here? Yeah, this is the other flight. Okay. 10,000 feet.
Roger. Go to altitude 1, 0. Roger. Turn 3, 0,
Let's
2.
get Cupcake Flight 1. This is my anti-ship flight.
Roger.
They need to go there.
Turn 0. Roger.
I gotta
Turn
basically
3,
thread the needle with
4,
harpoons so I
3.
don't hit either one of these two. I need you to be like right there.
Engaging track 7, 0, 2, 7. Salvo fire.
All right, man. Put warheads on foreheads.
Birds away. Track 7, 0, 2, 7.
Once we clear an air corridor, we're going to go in and take out these search radars, and then we can move in for a shore bombardment. Let me take a look at the big picture real quick. So we do have a couple flights coming in from the north. That's fine. Fujin Flight 5. What was your loadout? These were the bombs. So these guys are
Track
just gonna
7, 0, 2,
these guys are just gonna
7
loiter.
is toast.
All right, we got this guy. So these skies are clear. What is this? 40 knots. That's hostile. Yep, the whole lot of them. Now, I did not designate this hostile. The game did. He's doing 16 knots. What's this one doing? 16 knots. I'll make them both hostile there. Okay, so we're going to take these chuckleheads out with Cupcake Flight 1. Cupcake Flight 5 is going to take out this radar. Once that radar is taken out, we can go in and take out the SAM site with this flight and our SAG-45 that has 2 Iowa-class battleships, it appears. I wonder if I can lob a missile over the head. I sure can.
Engaging track 7,
What I want to
0,
do here
4,
is I want to see
2.
if there's any other radars
Birds
in this
away,
area.
track.
So as
Track
this missile
7,
flies over
0,
the area of
4,
operations,
2.
we'll see other radars light up, probably. They're going to try and shoot this missile down, is what I would expect. This guy, I think, is civilian. We're going to request that he identifies himself, him and him here. Dakota Flight 1. All right, that's Cap. We have a really good barrier now. Now I feel confident that we can close a little bit. I'm going to start getting the Iowa's in range. Matter of fact, we can check their range real fast for the large guns. Yeah, so we got to get that red circle over that island. But I'm not going to do that until we take out these ships here. So we're waiting on Cupcake Flight 1 to finish his operation. We need some recon planes. Let me get some fast
On
movers.
station.
Is he returning to base? He is, yeah. We do have these A7s, which I struggle to find a use for because they don't do much. Oh, hey, okay, they do have a loadout now. Awesome. There's some scenarios where they were just recon planes. So we can actually do armed reconnaissance with these chuckleheads. What's the strike loadout for them? It is some Mark 82s. We need something that's precision. We'll start with this. We'll start with the seed loadout, but I want to do a 4-ship. And the A7 is much faster than the A6. So they'll, by the time they get launched and on target, they'll be in front of the A6s that we launched a few minutes ago. So it looks like our eastern flank is covered pretty well. It's just a matter of getting these planes that are coming down through the center of this protected bubble. There's still a lot of air defense in this bubble that we want to watch out for. All right, we're going to watch our missile here. I don't know if you can see it, but it's right there in the center of the screen. And I'll read some chat while we do it. Hey, thanks for resubbing for 20 months in a row, man. I appreciate. Hey, Sent, we're playing your scenario today, dude. Thanks for coming in. I can double click the flight leader. That's another way of doing it. You're right.
Kill track
Those are bombers.
7042.
That's a penis. Those guys are bad news.
Engage track 7042.
Shoot. Put the missile on the rail, dude. Okay, fine. These bombers are probably already within missile range. I'm very concerned about that. Let's push Dakota Flight 3 up. So, what I'm curious about is
Track 7018
So,
is
if you see,
classified.
this is for
Hostile
Sent.
warship.
Whenever I double-click the flight from zoomed out, it doesn't select the flight lead, it selects the wingman. And then, so if you give an order,
Hostile
it'll break the
surface
wingman off. He'll keep him in
detected.
formation, but he'll be doing his own thing. So I'm going to select flight lead and tell him to get his butt up here where he belongs.
Turn 310.
I don't know what's going on here, but you need to shoot this knucklehead.
Engaging track 7041.
There it goes. Get that missile off the rail.
Birds away, track 7041. Turn to course.
No,
3,
shit.
engaging track. Turn to course.
Pause the game.
3,
God damn
2,
it.
engage track 70.
Okay, we gotta fix that right now. What I did is I just gave a course order for the Reeves instead of a shoot order. I should have paused the game there. That was my own fault. Let's go to formation. Return to formation.
Returning to formation.
All right. I immediately canceled that order. Okay, so he can shoot at least 3
Birds
at a
away,
time.
track,
There it is, 3.
Track
Yeah.
7033.
So we got 1 fire control radar, second. There's a third right there. I'm trying to see, is there a 4th? It looks like there is. Yeah. Yeah, that's a 4th one. Okay, so we can shoot 4 at a time. And that's what we're going to do. We're
On
also gonna
station.
pause it so that doesn't happen again. Pause. So we got 1 missile on each of these bombers.
Engaging track
4th missiles on that one.
7014.
These bombers might just be waiting to get in front of that landmass before they launch cruise
Birds
missiles.
away, track
So-
track 7014.
Even these missiles may not get there in time to stop them from launching. Yeah, I'm surprised that Iraq has bombers. But that's why I play these scenarios, because I like unexpected results. You know what we can do? I can take Cult Flight 3. Yeah, see, it selected the wingman again. That's very annoying. Okay, that's flight lead right there. I'm going to move him up.
Roger. Turn 0.
Let's get him up to,
08.
They're
On station.
transiting, so 37,000
Roger.
feet.
Go to altitude 3700.
All right, let's watch this attack. The
Track
bombers.
70.
There's the bombers right there.
1 is classified. Hostile warship. Track
Got one.
7041 is toast. Kill track.
These look like HU-6s.
7033.
All right, and then there were two. Oh no. What happened to my other missiles?
Engage track 7040.
Fuji
Birds
Flight
away.
5.
Track
Your time to shine, boys.
7040.
Oh, they only have. Well, they have sparrows. Yeah, that's not going to work.
On station.
I was hoping they had something longer range than that, but they don't. Let's target this other one.
Engage track 7040.
All right, Cupcake Flight 1.
Birds away. Track 7040. Track 7021 is classified. Neutral merchant.
Let's get you guys down to 300
Roger.
feet.
Go to altitude 300.
Once this air defense is done, we're gonna launch harpoons at these chuckleheads here. I wonder if we have classifications on them. We don't. I want to see what kind of radars they have. I can make a best guess because I don't know how many harpoons to assign to each target. It's probably two per target. Looks like there's two bombers remaining. Yeah, there they are. Oh, this missile definitely missed. Salvo of 2 on that one.
Engage track 7014. Salvo fire. Multiple air. Contacts detected.
All right, probably another
Birds
wave.
away. Track.
Hopefully it's not bombers coming in this time.
7014. Splash track 7014.
And then there was one little Indian left. And he's got a pair of... Oh, wow. This one might be a spy ship. I might sink that. I might sink him. Let's take... where's my aircraft at? Let's take Spade Flight. This is our Marine aviators. I want them to come up here and visually identify him.
VID track.
Whoa, why did our missiles disappear? What happened? Holy cow. That's not good.
Engaging track 7040.
I'm not sure why that even happened.
Salvo fire. Birds away. Track 7040.
All right, let's get Cupcake Flight 1. Here's our 4-ship. They're coming in on their bombing run, if you will, even though it is a cruise missile run. All right.
New surface. Birds away. Track.
Oh, shit.
Track 7040.
The radars we have is drum tilt. That is definitely an OSA. It could be a Tarantal, small ship, good point defense, 2 missiles. Salvo 2.
Engage track 7010.
Salvo 2.
Engaging track 701.
Salvo 2.
Engage track. Killed track 70.
So one of those missiles hit that Tu-16.
Whip it away. Whip it away.
All right, we're gonna have these boys loiter. So we do have a large vessel up here to the right. I'm gonna visually identify him next. Where is Cupcake Flight 5? I need you boys up here. All right, they're still trying to get to their ingress point, their IP. And Ambush Flight 1. You guys are loitering. Good, good. Wrong button. Let's go to 10,000
Roger,
feet.
go to out bandits. Roger, turn 310.
Where the... Oh, there they are. Son of a gun. Okay. Crap. Hostile. You... I might have to pause this. I'm going to break you guys apart just for a second.
Engage track 70. I'm in hot, dropping tanks. Engage track 70.
right.
4, 5.
These boys are going
Fox
after
1.
these MiGs. Probably MiG-25s. We'll find out here in a second. All right, while we're watching this fight, we're going to move the little mini-map that's below me down here, and we're going to watch the harpoon attack come in.
On station.
All right, those MiGs were down low. There's a good chance they were tracking us. Their RWR would be lighting up because the F-15 has to guide the missile onto target, so... Oh, there they go. Okay, that's flare. Uh-oh.
Track 7. See bandits.
Okay, one hit, one miss. It's a follow-up attack. Come on, get him.
Track 7022 is classified. Neutral warship.
A neutral warship. It might be Iranian.
Splash track
Good kill.
7045.
So let's get these guys back up on station, and I'm just going to have them loiter right there. So there is going to be more coming from the north, apparently. Let's see how this attack goes. I'm going to go ahead and maneuver SAG 45 into gunnery range, and we're going to begin working the problem. These guys probably have harpoons. Yeah. Probably have harpoons.
Bulldog away. Track 7011.
So you see these box launchers right here? These are Tomahawk box launchers. There should be a quad launcher somewhere around. There they are. These quad launchers are harpoons. The big box launchers you see here, those are Tomahawks. And we can get we can actually put a Tomahawk on this SA-2. Let's do that. Why not? That's fun. I just want to tell it specifically what ordnance to use. Engage with. Salvo a...
On station.
On the SA-2.
Engaging track 7004. Salvo fire.
All right,
Greyhound
so
away. Track 7004.
I think these are OSIs up here based on their fire control radars. It could be a Tarantal, which is another small ship. These are fast anti-ship vessels. They're about the size of a speedboat, a large speedboat. They're very fast. And they usually carry 2 twin or 2 triple anti-ship missile launchers, 1 port, 1 starboard. You can see the smoke on the horizon there. Oh, is there an Easter egg on those ships? I missed it. What's the Easter egg, Justiflob? Hey, happy hump day, Raccoon. Thanks for popping in, man. Yeah, I was watching 104th Raccoon. He was flying the DCS the other day. I really enjoy watching people play that game because it's a difficult game for me to play and enjoy. So I have to watch other people, I guess. Yeah, this is why we fired 2 harpoons, by the way. Look at the defense here. This is radar guided, 30 millimeter, and it's pretty accurate. So
hit track 7010.
At least 1 hit. We should see some explosions. All right, we got some 30 millimeter going off right there. Harpoons in the pop-up maneuver. Yeah, he took a hit. Next target could be this one. Yeah, it looks like this ship has been targeted by the harpoon. Harpoon's going up.
Hit track.
And hit.
7
Okay.
0
Awesome.
1 7.
All right, Cupcake Flight 1. You guys have a little more work to do. We're not done yet. Shoot him and shoot him. We'll watch these boys do their thing.
Whip it away. Whip it away.
Oh, is someone getting back into Cold Waters? Yeah.
Roger, RTB. Whip it away.
Cold Waters is a fun game.
Roger, RTB.
Oh, there's a neutral Udaloy. Oh, holy smokes. So are they... Oh, man. This Udaloy may attack us. This is a wild card here. I did not expect that. Spade flight. I'm going to try and grab them. I'm going to sneak Spade flight past the Udaloy.
Roger, turn 2 7
Oh, crap.
6.
Did I just do it? I might have just did it. Yeah, see, that's flight lead right there. They need to have it default to when you select it from a zoomed out position, it automatically
Roger,
selects
turn
flight
2
lead, not the
7
wingman.
6.
I don't understand the reasoning. There's probably a reason
Hit
why they
track.
want you to
7
select the
0
wingman first.
1 1.
I just don't get it. I'm going to have him return to formation. Return to formation.
Returning to formation.
Because Spade Flight 1's flight lead is going to where I want them both to go. Do you know what's interesting here is the Udaloy may be providing contact information to the Iraqi units, potentially. They definitely gave them bombers because they had two U-16s. What the hell's this? Oh, yeah, that's fine. All right. The Missouri here. I want to send a flight of 4. Let's do a salvo of 8 Tomahawks on this SA-10.
Engaging track 7 0 0 5. Salvo fire.
I'm gonna get a visual. Oh yeah, let's watch the Missouri do
Greyhound
work
away.
here.
Track 7 0
So I'm gonna zoom in here. You see how the box launchers pivot up and then shoot? Port and starboard. Yeah, and these missiles, hell, that one went forward.
Greyhound away.
These missiles have like 1,500 nautical mile range.
0
They can hit
0 5.
targets very far away. Yeah, we did a salvo of 8, so that's 5, right? Oh, maybe not. Maybe that was 8. Either way, we know there's 8 Greyhounds on the way. Yeah. Magic Mike is doing his thing. Okay. So what we got to do is we're going to get Cupcake Flight 5 in over target here. Let's grab him. Let's verify he does have the anti-radiation missiles. And we're going to come over here and just take out whoever's left. This is a big unknown. You know, we got to get some aircraft over here, but I'm kind of taking this one step at a time. I'm being very methodical about this. Fujin Flight 5. Yeah, you guys. Let's go ahead and start moving you up.
Roger, turn 3.
What's your
3,
altitude?
0.
20,000 feet? That's fine. Cupcake Flight 1. I'm not sure what... Oh, he's got 1 harpoon remaining. That's why. Okay. Well, in case this is the luckiest ship in the fleet, we've got 1 more harpoon we can shoot at him. But there's like 4 harpoons coming in on this dude. It's definitely overkill for an OSA. Hey, Majority Rule, how's it going? Yeah, streaming on X is new. Whenever I stream Sea Power, I also stream it on X because that gives me an opportunity before the Sea Power part starts. I can talk about current events. Like today we talked about what happened over the last 24 hours between Israel and Iran and the back and forth there. It saves me from having to make a YouTube video. I just put the information out on X, and you guys can watch it at your leisure, you know. And I always put it right at the front of the video so you don't have to go searching for it. There's the target. Here comes the defensive fire. Those are very big rounds. 30 millimeters thick, man.
Hit track 7018.
Yeah, he's done. I definitely did not need to shoot that many, but I did. All right, so we got some defensive fire coming in on this SA-2. I want to take out this radar. It doesn't matter which one. Search radar, fire control radar. One of the two radars needs to go away to limit the capacity of the surface-to-air missiles and any kind of radar-guided artillery that they may have.
Hit track 7004.
All right, so one of them's toast. That looks like I got a launcher. I really want to hit this radar in the middle. All right, we're taking out launchers, which is good, but because this is an operational level game, I don't get to specifically target individual units. I can say, you know, add or captain, send your air group to go attack this target, and then the captain, the AI, does the specific targeting. Now, whenever I have an airplane overhead, I can essentially take control of the airplane and be like, bomb this guy. But whenever I'm launching cruise missile attacks like this, that's kind of how it goes. What's this? Oh, these are harpoons. What are they? Oh, these guys missed. They're just going to run into the ground. Yeah, that's all that is. All right, so let's go ahead and get Fujin Flight 1, Flight 5. Oh, we got Cupcake Flight 5s on station, finally. I'll see if I can take out that radar. Oh, is it out? It might be out. Or either that or I selected the wrong weapon. Oh no, I didn't. Hold on a second.
On station.
Anti-surface, anti-radiation homing, yeah.
On station.
Maybe the radar is out. It doesn't look destroyed to me at all. But I can't target it right now. They might have the radar shut off. Yeah. Okay. Shoot. All right. Well, I need a volunteer. Fujin Flight 5 just volunteered for service. Take you down.
Roger. Go to altitude 10.
Oh, they got the big bombs.
0.
6,000 feet. Let's go down to 3,000 feet.
Roger. Go to altitude 30.
So this is called Wild Weasel. This was a tactic that really has its origins in the Vietnam War. And when you have anti-radiation missiles, you obviously need the target to be radiating. And so what we're going to do is we're going to try and trigger this SA-2 to flip on his either search radar or fire control radar, either one. And we're going to destroy it with Cupcake Flight 5. Let's go ahead and get Cupcake Flight 5 a little bit closer.
Roger. Turn 3, 5, 4.
I'm also going to put a few more warheads on foreheads here. Did I choose the right one?
Engaging track 7004. Salvo fire.
A few more Greyhounds.
Greyhound away. Track 7004.
All right, so he shot a flight of 2. This Missouri's also going to shoot a flight of 2. And that's just going to, you know, add some protection
detected.
to our F4s here. These F4s are going to be in jeopardy. I mean, that's the thing.
New ground contact detected.
All right, Spade. All right, I need Spade Flight to go identify that target. Spade Flight 1.
Roger. Turn 350.
I'm going to leave the Italy alone. Obviously, he's neutral. But I'm also going to keep an eye on him.
Contact detected.
If he turns on a fire control radar, we may take him out. Because we can't have that. Can't have that.
New ground contact detected. New ground contact detected.
Ooh. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, we got him, boys. They're probably lighting up. Yeah, they're trying to hit our Tomahawks. And they might get lucky. You know, sometimes you get
Multiple
lucky with
ground,
a
surface,
small arm
contacts
or even
detected.
manually aimed anti-air.
New ground contact detected.
But you
Track
see how this is lighting up the targets?
7055 is
So we're going
classified.
to pause the game real quick.
Hostile building. Track 7052 is classified. Hostile building.
I'm going to take Fusion Flight 5, put them weapons free, and they'll be able to select their own targets over here.
Multiple ground contacts detected.
We can even
Multiple
watch that
hostile
happen.
ground contacts detected. Track
That radar should be lit up, so let's
is
get...
classified. Hostile building. Multiple ground contacts detected. New ground contact detected. Multiple hostile ground contacts detected.
All right, we're going to watch Fusion Flight. Okay, these guys are on their own. I'm letting them select their targets, so I'm going to see what they do.
Bombs
There's a-
away!
All right. They should pull off, because they can
Bombs away!
laser designate these paveways without flying over the target. That's something they probably need to add to the AI.
Multiple
There's no need for them to fly over the
ground,
island.
Surface contacts detected.
Once they release. Yeah, there's a good chance they get shot down now.
Hit track 7055.
All right, they should just move on to the next target. I should hear bombs away here really soon.
On station.
Let's select him and see what he's got in mind. He's targeting 7048, which is a S6D anti-aircraft gun. Damn, look at that. There's a good chance we lose him. I might break this flight up. I'm just making sure everybody's weapons free in the flight, and they are. So, pick a target, dude. Oh, he's targeting that one right there. I don't know why. I don't know why he chose the farthest way. Oh no. Ah.
Multiple
That
hostile
sucks.
ground contacts detected.
All right, your formation lead. Your weapons free.
Track 7047
Blow something up, dude.
is classified.
He might be
Control
guiding the
ground
weapon
unit.
right now, so
Track
because his wingman got hit.
track 7049. Bombs, guns.
Oh, you're going guns on someone. Oh, there's a radar dish there. Awesome. Oh, it's an observation tower.
Same launch.
I didn't see the SAM. There it is. So they finally they lit off that radar
Hit
finally.
track 706. We're hit.
Yep. Nailed this radar, dude.
Guns.
All right, I'm gonna set them weapons
New
free.
surface contact detected.
What do you got left? All right, I want you to RTB. I think.
Same launch.
Okay. Yep.
Roger, RTB.
Oh man. Here
Weapon
comes that
away.
SAM. He just dodged it. Wow. Good call. All right, so that did the job. And so
On
that's the
station.
dangerous part about Wild Weasel is, you know, you get in close, they flip on the radar, they're now exposed to being attacked, but you're also being attacked. Something
Same
that's...
launch.
This is the anti-radiation missile coming in on that radar. Come on, baby, hit
Hit
it.
track.
Yeah, okay, that's the search radar. No, it's fire control.
4.
Fire control radar's toast. That SAM should go ballistic. This guy right here. And it looks like it is. Okay, cool. Yeah, good simulation. Yeah. Awesome. All right, so Fusion Flight 5 is RTB. Cupcake Flight 5 is weapons free. So they don't have any targets. Let me just double check. Okay, I'm gonna put the whole flight in weapons tight. And we're gonna come over here.
Roger. Turn 0.
We're gonna hit some of these soft targets. These anti-ship missiles are a problem. Well, that's not gonna work. Shoot. Hold on. Oh, they don't have a gun. Damn it. Well, that sucks. Huh. Okay. It's actually not a big deal. I think we're still within range of the Tomahawks. Oh, we're too close. Damn it.
Engaging track 706.
So I'm going to use a surface-to-air missile in direct attack mode to take out these, or at least damage these anti-ship missiles.
Engaging track
because they can definitely hurt the battleships for sure.
8.
We're too close for a Tomahawk strike, so...
Engaging track 7069.
Oh, those guys are guiding weapons. That's why they're not attacking. Okay. Got it. Oh, that's Tomahawks. Those don't need to be guided. I'm not sure what Cupcake Flight 5 is doing, to be honest with you. I'm not sure. I'm going to pull them back a little bit. Okay. And let's watch the
Hit
attack
track
unfold.
7004. On station.
Alright, so we did a good job taking out this SAM site. There's still lots of anti-air, but it's not radar guided anymore. Oh, shoot, he straight up missed. Okay, not a problem. Oh, we got some more up there. Let's take those out real quick. Yeah, here we go.
Engaging track 7063. Greyhound away. Track. Engage track 70.
Just gonna pick these guys off one at a time.
70. Engaging track 70. Engaging track 7059.
Those are probably
Greyhound
soft
away.
targets.
Track
Like buildings and whatnot.
7062.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what to do with these chuckleheads. They've got an AGM-45, which is a Shrike. I guess that radar's back off again. I'm having them loiter in case they turn the radar on, then I can get out there and hit them. But they're being wise. They're keeping all they have now is a search radar. The fire control radar is already gone, so they wisely shut off the search radar. Okay, ambush flight 1. I need to know what you guys have. Let's close up flight 5 here. All right, this is, oh, these are A7s, yeah. They got CBUs. Oof. We'll take some losses, that's for sure. Are we within gun range yet? No. Oh, that's an oil platform. Okay, I was wondering what that was. So, Spade Flight 1. I'm going to have them RTB. They've done all the useful things that I can have them do. So, go orders.
Roger,
Return to base.
RTB.
Cupcake Flight 1. I'm having him RTB as well. He's got one harpoon left. I had it just in case a leaker got through our attack. But we had so much overkill. Overmatch is the new word. That
Roger,
got through.
RTB.
I guess America's trying to clean up our vocabulary, not be as offensive when we talk about doing warfare. We wouldn't want to offend our targets. So, hey, our Tomahawk flight's doing good. This is a lot of lowlands, this area. It's very marshy in this part of Iraq. Doesn't look very marshy, does it? But the point is, it's not mountainous. So, while Tomahawks can certainly terrain guide through mountains, that's what they're designed to do. It's a lot easier if it's flat like this. So, all right, so we got a cab. That's what Dakota Flight 3 is. They're here, and just in case any more fighters or bombers come along. So I've got Cole Flight 3 up here at the top to knock down as many bombers or whatever attack aircraft come through from the north. And then from the south, we've got this. And then in the middle, we're just going to start working through our targets. You know what we might do?
On station.
Let's take ambush flight 1 and put them weapons free and see what happens. Let's do that. This will be fun. You guys are at 10,000 feet, and you've got CPUs. CPUs get dropped from like 1,000.
Roger. Go to altitude 1.
So I want them as close to their
0,
launch
0,
altitude as possible.
0.
It doesn't have to be precise, but you got to be in the ballpark. What we're kind of waiting for is for SAG 45 to get within gunnery range. And we're going to start hammering this island, the Kingdom Come. And we also want to make sure this SA-10 radar is taken out. That's a long-range radar. We could actually look at it. This is what it looks like. I wish you could rotate that 3D model. Maybe they'll add that to the game at some point. But the range is what? Big Bird radar. 324 nautical miles, which is very long. They can basically... That radar can see everything. And you know what I don't see? I don't see a lot of anti-air fire on our missiles. So what we'll do is I'm going to get Coil Flight 3. I'm going to move them very
Roger.
close.
Turn 0, 4,
Because if I can move in the B-52s, I will. All right, let's get another flight of A-7s, only because they're very fast up in the air. And I'll have them do seed again, because I really want to just identify some targets. Do these have the bags on them? I need extra range. They do not have bags, but that's fine. I'll just do a flight of 2. I'm going to send these guys north into Iraq just to look for targets for the B-52s to come in and hammer. Okay. So ambush flight 1 should be ready. We're going to move them to here.
Roger. Turn 0, 1, 0.
Are these guys damaged at all? Nope. Okay, so I'm going to leave the camera on these guys while I go take a quick break. Let's get them a little bit closer to the coast. And some time compression here. And I'll let you guys watch their attacks while I go grab a refill.
Multiple hostile ground.
Awesome.
Hit track 7, 0, 0, 5.
Who got hit? Okay, SA-10 is gone. I'll move Cult Flight 3 into here. And we're going to watch... let's watch this one. All right. Enjoy the show. I'll be right back. Just a few minutes.
Guns, guns, guns. Hit track 7, 0, 6, 4. Bombs away! Hit track. On station. Guns, guns, guns! Bombs away! Guns, guns, guns! Bombs away! Guns, guns, guns! Guns, guns! Hit track 7, 0, 5, 0. Hit track 7, 0, 5, 3.
All right. How we doing? I missed anything good? Oh, the camera's the wrong direction. How many planes did we lose while I was out? I don't know. He's going in for his bombing run here. Oh, they moved to the other side of the island. Okay, that's clever. Looks like there's one anti-ship missile launcher left. Oh, they've been busy. They've been doing work.
Guns, guns! away!
CPUs. Yeah.
Hit track.
Oh,
7
he's toast.
0 0 4. Guns!
Nice. See how he's rolling from one target to the next? That's what they're supposed to do. That's what the first flight was supposed to do. I don't know why he didn't. I think he went from a bombing run to a bombing run, so that was a little different. Nice. All right, so those two guys are going to work out. Looks like we still have four of them left. Wow. These A7s are very lucky.
On station. Hit track. 7 0 6 2.
Oh, these are...
Hit track. 7
storage
0
facilities.
0 4.
This is going to take some large
Bombs
caliber
away.
gunnery to take these things out. You could expend a lot of tomahawks on these, but there's no need to.
Bombs away.
Where's this guy's going? He's turning back in. He's still got some CPUs left. These guys are putting on a hell of an air show. Yeah, Coil Flight 3 is still alive, so everything up there must be fine. Oh, you know what it is? I'll send in the bombers, and we'll take out those oil refineries. I'm going to watch this attack run happen, and then we'll do that. I'll hail the chair. That's right, Justiflob. GPUs should have a higher altitude. Yeah, I mean, I guess you could drop a GPU from, I guess any altitude, honestly, so as long as you can designate the target. I take that back. Technically, not any altitude. There is a minimum. There's a bottom part.
Guns! Hit track. 7 0 0 4.
Is he going to drop a bomb? What's he doing? Yeah, right there. That's the target.
Bombs away.
Oh, shit. That bomb went above the plane. That's not good. That's not how that works. Oh, no.
Hit track. 7 0 0 4.
That bomb lofted on him for some reason. He's lucky he didn't lose his wing. Okay. Not sure what happened there, but I'm glad it worked out for him. All right, so here's what we're going to do. Refinery, fuel tanks. So I'm going to take the B-52s, and we're just going to bomb the bejesus out of these things. Where's my B-52s at? Oh, they're all the way up here at the top.
Roger, RTB.
Now, for some reason, I only got 8 bombs on each of these.
On
What's
station.
up with that? Come on, Set. Daddy wants to play. Okay, that's creepy. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say daddy. So since each one only has 8 bombs, I'm going to manually target. This may jack up the formation a little bit. That's fine. These things are going away. Oh, you guys were asking at what height. This game is so good, it'll actually tell you. Let's find one that has the JDAM. Why are oh, you are returning to base. Okay. Who had my JDAMs? It was not you, that's for sure. I think it was these guys. So what you do is you double click on the unit. Come on. And then right click unit reference, find the weapon. It was GPU 12, I think, or 10, yeah. And then here's the launch altitude is 500 feet, as low as 500 feet for the game, but probably in real life as well. This game's pretty accurate. And then all the way up to 60,000 feet. So I guess you could drop a paved way at 500 feet. You would really have to be careful of fragmentation. Also, good luck keeping the laser designator on target. You'd probably have someone else highlighting the target for you if you did that. Anyway, so I just sent the B-52s in. They're probably going to break formation for that. Yeah, they kind of split up a little bit. That's only because I didn't want to manage it later on. I wanted it to be just give them their targets and let them do their thing. I think it's clear because there was no anti-air fire whatsoever. We're also going to bring Coil Flight 3 back to here.
Roger, turn 139.
he'll provide any kind of combat air patrol support for them. Ambush Flight 1. You guys are still rocking and rolling. Look at these guys. They got 600 rounds of 20 mic left. I think we call it Mike, right? Loitering. Why the hell? Hold on. Why are you loitering? That's not good. Wait. Hold on. Who the hell's this? You're loitering. You guys are silly. Your weapon's free and you're loitering around enemy air. Oh, Jesus Christ. Attack that. Never mind. Okay, these guys are just going to get shot down. Let's save their dumb lives because they're being idiots right now. Let's take ambush flight, the whole thing, and get them the hell out of there.
Roger. Turn 174.
Cupcake Flight 5. I'm kind of keeping these guys overhead for like BDA reasons.
Roger. Turn.
And they weren't drawing fire, so.
6.
This guy's a problem. If he gets a missile off, it's going to be not good. I wonder if I can get a... Let's try and shoot a direct attack.
On station.
What the hell am I doing? Who did I select? Oh, the Reeves is up here now. Okay, okay. Oh, he had to move out in front. He's still trying to close range. Whenever these things are in direct attack mode, they don't have nearly the range as surface to air mode because the air is much denser, obviously, down low. So he's moving ahead of the battleships to attack that launcher. So let's grab him, and we'll show you exactly the range that he's trying to get to. I believe it's this dark blue line. Wow, that's really close. Yeah. I'm not sure what the green line is. There's nothing else I can do. Shoot. That may not be a good idea. I may have to figure something else out. Who else? Oh, yeah, I launched some flights. Ambush Flight 5. Are you guys RTB? No, okay. So you guys need to get up here. This is that 2-ship I talked about. I'm glad I launched them now.
Roger. Turn 314.
Because I'll just use them to take out this launcher. They're going to be there in 20 minutes. Okay, so we got the B-52s coming in. The air defense is very limited, so I think the B-52s will be fine. What's their altitude? Oh, it's only 10,000 feet. Oh, wow. Well, I'll tell you what, the stick of bombs will be very close. Will be tight. Because it's only dropping 10,000. So like 60,000. Shoot. We're kind of in this no man's land as we're too close for Tomahawks, but too far away for direct gunnery fire. So, yeah, not even close. So let's take the whole formation and speed them up. Excuse me.
Ahead full.
Now, when you start doing gunnery, you don't want to be at a full speed. You want to be like maybe 2/3, maybe 1/3. 1/3 would be ideal, I guess. You want the ship moving as little as possible. So we've got 3 plans in motion at the same time. We've got the Reeves, which is this Belknap class, moving in to do direct fire with surface-to-air missiles. That's not going to happen for another 30 minutes. We have a flight of A-7s coming in to lay waste to that anti-ship missile. That's going to happen in about 15 minutes from now. And then if that doesn't work, the Iowa here will take care of it itself. It's the New Jersey, by the way, just Iowa class. The New Jersey will use these big boys in the front and some in the back to take them out. And either way, we're going to be using these guns today. That's the whole reason why I chose this scenario, so I could shoot those guns. Coil Flight 3, what is your altitude? Oh, good. They are up there. Let's go ahead and move Coil Flight 3 down below the cloud cover. Where are you at? Can I just click you? There they are. I found them. All right, they're up there at 37. Let's move them down. Let's move them down to 10,000.
Roger, go to altitude 1-0-0-0-0.
This is kind of a test run to see if we draw any anti-air fire. And if we do, I'll have to move the B-52s above 20,000 to make sure that they don't get hit. We're not losing any bombers today. Nope. Not gonna happen. Ambush Flight 5, that's our A7s. We're recovering aircraft right now. Let's see if let's see if we can see a capture here. All right, there's a plane right there. You may not see it, but it's going to come in, and we'll watch him land. I'll read some chat. Hey, Ninja Cheetos here. How's it going, buddy? Yeah, Vulcan Riders here. We got everybody today. John Bloor, are you kidding me? The one and only everybody, John Bloor. You got to check out his Twitch channel. He streams all sorts of things. He streams DCS, and he also does art. Now, I haven't seen John, I haven't seen your stream in a couple months. Are you still streaming the art part, or is it just DCS now? Or is it both? I don't know. You're just chilling at lunch. Oh, is it lunchtime already? Oh, man, Aaron's hungry. All right, we got to win this game so that we can eat. Now I'm motivated. Yeah. You're going to be like, you can't have these hot wings until we get the bombs off. All right. That was a trap. Oh, here we go. Let's see if we got any SAM fire. Those are the targets right below us. The freaking B-52s are going to lay waste to those things. So I designated one oil refinery farm, tank farm, whatever you want to call them, per bomber. You can see some are already damaged. We put some tomahawks on them. That should make the bombardier's job a little bit easier if it's on fire, right? I'm helping. Oh, we missed one right there.
On station.
Yeah, no anti-air fire at all. So, ambush flight 1. Who is that? Oh, these were the knuckleheads that had no weapons, but they were loitering. I thought I told them to RTB. Let's do that now.
Roger, RTB.
Yeah. All right, I'll just bring these guys in. There's no ASW threat
Roger,
apparently.
RTB. Roger, RTB.
Where's that Oodaloy at? There he is. I'm gonna keep an eye on this chucklehead. Is he MCON? Oh my god. Okay, so he thinks he's being sneaky. Huh. Alright, well, we're going to continue to let him think that. Interesting. Who do I have here? Alright, we've got a couple harpoons ready. I might need to take out this Oodaloy. Just because he's acting suspicious. Oh, yeah, look at that. This is the Mississippi right here. She's got all sorts of toys. She's got harpoons. She's got RIM 66s, long-range surface-to-air missiles. She's got some Tomahawk launchers back here. Oh, yeah. Got towed array, towed decoy. And a positive attitude. I always thought the turret on this looked a little weird. Is that turret right there? You would think the turret would be on the bow and the missile launcher would be back here, but whatever. Listen, I'm not a naval architect. I don't design these things. I just sink them. That's what I do. All right, we're kind of just waiting on ambush flight 5. Let's watch him. I guess we could compress a little bit of time because everybody's in transit at the moment. I think the next thing to happen is going to be the B-52 strike, I think. Unless that SAM site lights off. We'll see what happens here. I'm kind of keeping an eye on this. If this Udaloy turns red, we're in trouble. Because I'm not prepared to fight him, but I'm kind of getting ready to if I need to. Okay, B-52's overhead. Let's grab him. He does have a target. Level bombing. I mean, it looks like it's going to go after the one that's not damaged. He should drop 8 bombs of the Mark 84s. So we can talk about Mark 84 for just a minute while we wait for the bomb to drop. Oh my God, those are the harpoons. It's not the Mark 84, it's the AGM 84. Oh my God, okay. That's why, that makes sense now. That makes sense. I wonder why it lets me target that. It shouldn't. Oh, does it have bomb? Hold on a second. It is the Mark 84.
Bombs away!
There it goes. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I got some.
RTB.
Oh. Oh, you sweet, beautiful things. Oh, that's going to lay down some destruction there. That's a big-ass bomb. I think it's like 2,000 pounds or something stupid. It's a stupid amount of explosives in one package. I'm not sure who he targeted, but let's find out. It might be this one. Let me zoom out a little bit.
Hit track.
Oh.
7060.
Ah, I expected more. Okay, these guys still have their targets, so that's fine. I'm going to try and... yeah, no, he's not even close. He's not even close. Yeah, he flies a mean helicopter in DCS, that's right. See, you had a wild one lately streaming, taking the back foot, but you'll be back soon on both DCS and illustration. Oh, okay, cool. Cool beans. Yeah, man, I get it. Life happens. It happens to us all. It happened to me. I didn't have really good internet for like 2 months. We just recently got that resolved. So I can stream again. The problem is while I didn't have internet, I found other things to do. And so now I'm committed to doing those other things. So that's okay. I stay busy. Yeah, I'm a busy boy. Busy. This helicopter should be landing. Yeah, okay, he is. Not sure why he's taking his time. All right, so I guess the Udaloy is going to be okay. I thought once I started bombing these oil refineries, he'd get hostile, but he did not, so that's good. We're going to compress time a little bit more till our bombers get closer again, or Ambush 5 gets within range. Let's see here. I'm kind of misusing the F-15s. I'm using them as BDA, which is not their purpose. All right, Ambush Flight 5. Let's grab them. We're back to real time now. I want to put you guys... CBU 100 specifically on him.
Engaging track 7069.
All right, we're going to watch... This ought to be interesting. 3 of these 4 planes should drop at about the same time. Yeah, matter of fact. So the 3 planes in the background should drop their bombs. Let me change the camera. Click it. There we go. There we go. These 3 should drop at about the same time. It should look like something out of World War II here. It won't be exact, but it'll be close. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with me today. I almost said this morning, but it's almost 1 o'clock my time. There we go. That's one.
Roger, RTB.
Oh, come on, guys. Those other two, the targets are closer together. All right. This is the target of the first strike.
Bombs away.
I don't know if we can see it. No, I can't put the
Roger,
camera up there.
RTB.
All right, so all three of these, this one's going to get hit first, then that one, then that one.
Bombs away. Hit
All right,
track.
so B-52s are done.
7-0. Roger, RTB.
Nice, look at that. Kind of lame. Oh, no, that's destroyed. It just got X'd off the target list.
Bombs away. Roger, RTB. Hit track. 7-0-5-9.
Nice. All three of those are toast. This one should be next. I'm surprised that one didn't get destroyed. That one was hit with a stick of bombs too, but it's just on fire. I mean, I guess if you let it sit long enough, it will definitely be destroyed. Nice. All right, so we'll do a follow-up attack with some Tomahawks while we're waiting on SAG to do his thing. Let's do a salvo of 4 on you.
Engaging track 7-0-6-0. Salvo fire. Engage. Greyhound away. Track 7-0-6-0.
Shoot. I just gave him an order. Crap. I don't know if he's got 8 remaining.
Engage track 7-0-6-1. Greyhound away. Track 7-0.
All right, so this will be a massive Tomahawk strike. The Air Force boys are done. We got to finish what they couldn't, as per, right? Am I right?
Greyhound away. Track.
Air Force can't finish the job. Navy's got to come in.
6-1.
That might be worth a few comments on YouTube. Look at me doing viewer engagement.
Greyhound away. Track 7-0-6-1.
Let's make sure he's still in formation. He is. Okay. I misclicked on him once, and I thought I gave him an order, but I didn't. So, okay, so this guy should be coming in to drop some bombs. Oh, wow, look at him. He's showing off. He's like, listen, I can walk backwards faster than you can. All right, we're going to watch this guy come in. He's going to bomb the bejesus out of a Styx SSN-2 anti-ship missile that apparently has no idea a big-ass battleship's right off the shore, or else he would have already shot. Those stick missiles can go like... Oh, man. It's a long ways. Yeah. We're going to watch him get exploded here. What's the range? 21 nautical miles. Yeah. I wanted to check before I said the number.
Bombs away!
All right, so this guy's about to go bye-bye. Hey, that one looks operational. What the hell?
Hit track 7.
They all look operational.
6,
Wait a minute.
9.
It says they're dead on this screen. Okay, whatever. You guys are a bunch of knuckleheads. I'm going to set the entire flight to weapons free. Wait, what? Uh-oh. Well, I set someone to weapons free, and it wasn't them. It wasn't who I intended. Who else is weapons free? Oh, it's these chuckleheads. Yeah, make them weapons tight. Oh, he's coming back again. Yeah, those guys are operational. What the hell? All right, Cupcake, you guys need to turn your freaking radars on because for some reason I can't see those stupid
Surface
launchers.
search on. Radar eye.
Yeah, these guys are fully operational. I think. He didn't drop any weapons. Well, that's odd. Oh, he's going to do a gun run. Okay. Never mind. Those guys are probably toast. I'll check with you. You're weapons free as well? Okay.
Guns. Track 7. Hit track 7-0-5-1.
Oh, no. I think our guy took a hit right there.
Bombs away.
I don't think they're
Hit
deconflicting
track.
targets.
7, 0.
Yeah, they're
5,
not. They both
1.
went after the same one. You two knuckleheads need to get on the horn and talk to each other.
Guns. Bombs away. Guns.
Yeah, they keep going after the same target. That's weird. That's not how you do it.
Guns.
I'm going to rename this island Pothole Island because of all the craters we
Hit
left
track. 7, 0, 5, 4. Guns.
in it. So I'm glad to see these pilots actually going from target to target. That's really good. The F-4s did not do that. Again, Air Force, right? A-7s know what's up.
Guns. Hit track. 7, 0, 6, 7.
Man, these two A-7s just came in and wiped everybody out.
Bombs away.
Wow. He didn't get him with the bomb, or the gun, so he dropped the bombs on him.
Hit track.
Yep.
7, 0,
Nicely
6,
done, guys.
7.
Holy crap. They just methodically, in one pass on this island, smoked everybody. Guys are badasses. Okay, all I see is X's. Okay. Job done. Oh my gosh. RTB, boys.
Roger, RTB.
They definitely earned their fried chicken. All right, so that means Cupcake 5 can go home and get his cupcakes as well. RTB.
Roger, RTB.
Man, Ambush Flight 5. These guys are the freaking heroes, man. Look at these two. They're gonna be in the ready room with some swagger now. They're gonna need a bigger airplane for all the stencils they have to put on it for the kills they got. And graduate them to bomber pilots. We'll just put a bunch of anti-aircraft guns and then just put ... after like the 5th one, because it keeps on going. Look at these two. All right, so we're gonna watch this Tomahawk attack, and then we'll do battle damage assessment after that. And I'm really thankful that the Utiloid did not turn hostile. I kind of expected it to. I thought that might be a twist in the scenario. I think maybe if we had hit a civilian ship or an oil platform by accident, that might have triggered that, possibly. I don't know. But these two oil fuel tank facilities that are on fire, these are the final two targets. We're looking at like the last Tomahawk in the attack, too. So we'll see the explosions in front of us. I don't think there's any more air defense, so just a matter of time at this point. They rushed to blow up the models to throw me off. Okay, yeah. Oh, hey, Cold to Miss, thanks for 47 months being subscribed on Twitch, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. This Mark 84 should have done a lot more damage. I know, yeah. Yeah. I don't know what the damage model is for the game, but I'm sure they're working on it. I know in the beginning, the American ships had like no hit points. Like you so much as look at them sideways and they caught on fire and sunk.
7, 0, 6,
But that's been addressed.
0.
Oh, there's some anti-air fire of some kind happening. Huh. Maybe small arms fire, trying to shoot down the Tomahawks, maybe? It's definitely not radar guided fire, because we don't have any radars.
Hit track. 7, 0, 6, 1.
Beautiful. Yeah, so these two tank farms are toast. This one's destroyed now. That one's still burning. Can't imagine he has many hit points left. Ah, there we go. Just like my ex-girlfriend's relationships with me. On the beach. On fire. I don't know how she got home. Anyway, that's a story for another stream right there. You guys will have to ask me about that one some other time. So we had really good electronic warfare control from the very start. We did not trigger the alloy to be hostile. We did protect the Marines. Surprisingly, no torpedo attacks. Iraq does not have submarines, so that's not surprising. But I thought maybe Iran would become a wild card. B-52s did their job. They're on their way home. And very good top cover from the F-15s, protecting everybody. We didn't lose a single unit. We lost a couple air units over Pothole Island. But other than that, we did all right. All right, let's go to debrief and see how we look. Oh, wait, what's this? Oh, we got a facility up there. Ah, that's okay. I think we've got the majority of things right here. All right, let's debrief this. I think. There it goes. All right, objective incomplete because that last fuel tank did not burn down all the way. So whatever. We still got maximum score or a maximum efficiency of 1,000%. Score 693, very good. Very happy with this. We did lose 2 F4s to ground fire during the initial attack on that island. So, that's just the price of war. You're going to lose somebody sometimes, and that's too bad. But look at this, very much a one-sided fight, as you would expect. I mean, this is not. The Americans have the advantage, and the thing I love about this game is that the scenarios, when they're historically based anyway, I've built a few myself. We built those with the units available in that time period, and for my scenarios anyway, we're actually deployed in that theater. And it's often one-sided. The Americans had a huge advantage, or NATO in general, in terms of numbers of assets. The reverse of that is also true in some theaters, like the Black Sea for sure. That was basically a Warsaw Pact lake, during that time in the Cold War. The Baltic Sea was very well contested because Norway and Sweden, Finland and Sweden were not part of NATO at that time. We just had Norway on the outside of the Kola Peninsula. Then you had, obviously Germany was down there, part of NATO, but that was a contested area. So it wasn't always lopsided in favor of NATO, but the Mediterranean was hotly contested. I love a good Cold War's Mediterranean scenario because that is where we saw a lot of balance. We had a lot of Soviet activity in that during the 1980s and a lot of NATO activity too. And so there's, endless kinds of scenarios you can create if you just take from 1982 after the Lebanon thing happened to like 1988, 89. In that 6 to 8 year period is a very good time for scenarios for the Mediterranean Sea. So that's just something to think about if you're making scenarios. That's my favorite theater for this game. And it doesn't have to be fair if it's accurate, if you go that route. Okay? All right, great stream, great game. Thanks for hanging out with me, everybody. I'll get this edited up on YouTube so you guys can go through and scroll and watch whatever part you like the most, okay? Have a great one, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. See ya.